They're promoting themselves. It doesn't really help the Lakers brand having those guys there. It helped them during the Forum days when they were trying to be Showtime Lakers Hollywood, but at that time, glamour was everything. Nowadays, people don't care. Like, bro, look at the people getting famous now. They're TikTok stars.
Yeah, I mean, with the Lakers, they still have that somewhat appeal, but I don't think they. I think Jeannie Buss is gonna have to realize there's a generation of players, not only players but fans. They don't know about that shit. They just know you guys are the Lakers. You guys won a lot. That's all they really
Yeah,
know. But
yeah.
they
I
don't
mean,
know
dude, the
about no
idea.
red
Yeah,
carpet. They don't know about any of that. So she has to adapt with the times. You know,
yeah.
make their franchise, build up a sort of brand new identity, not brand new identity, but make a more modern identity. Like I feel like they failed at that. They've relied on everybody
You
wants
need
to
a
come here.
relatable identity. This is the generation of relatability.
Yeah, and the generations changed too. That whole Hollywood stuff, it
It
appeals
doesn't work.
differently. Yeah,
No,
but you know what?
like,
Now it does work, but it works on a different way. It works more of like personality based, like on like you said, TikTok, on YouTube. They're like look at Logan Paul, or
yeah,
look at the TikTok
they're,
stars. It
but they're
relates very
accessible.
different.
They're accessible people.
Yeah, like the
Like, bro,
like the Lakers. The Lakers could have had someone on their staff be like kind of like an ambassador, like someone off of TikTok or something like that.
yeah,
They haven't
like,
every time I hear Jeannie Buss in NBA free agency, she keeps referring to stuff that's like from a long time ago. Everybody wants to be like I'm like yeah, they're
nobody
they're
wants to be a
looking in the
Laker.
past. They're looking in the past.
Bro, the thing is, like, back in the 80s, right? Like when Prince or Michael Jackson, those guys felt bigger than life. Like, you knew once you saw Prince, Michael Jackson, Jack Nicholson,
Hmm.
nobody could be those guys ever. Like, those guys were bigger than life. With the leather suits and the weird clothing,
Hmm.
the style, the girls around them, that was just like badass at that time. But nowadays, people don't care about that stuff. They're like, all right, whatever, that's corny. And also, the other problem is Jeannie is not as charismatic as her dad.
Yeah,
The thing
her
is,
dad was yeah, he was definitely and he was a
he was bigger than
visionary.
life.
And he
He
was a
was bigger
visionary
than life.
also.
Yeah, because he didn't sell the Lakers. He sold experience.
Yeah, the
He sold the idea
lifestyle.
of, like, yeah. Imagine you're in a building, you're watching Magic, Kareem, Worthy play. At the same time, you look down, you see Prince, you see Michael Jackson, you see big
Hmm.
Hollywood stars. And after that, you go to the club because they had this. The Forum had the club, right?
Yeah, and the
So, like, that idea was
cheerleaders.
like the Laker
There
cheerleaders,
was no
like that.
cheerleaders before that.
No, it was none. Like, he made it Hollywood. Like, he made it the place to be. Nowadays, bro, people are just blue collared workers. People like those TikTokers who dance, sing. Even the singers are much more of a relatability to me.
Yeah, but it's another thing. It's really the fact that back, like you said, in the 80s or whatever it was,
Sure.
not every NBA franchise had an owner that was making the revenue. You know what I'm saying? A
Yeah.
lot of teams, the ticket sales weren't like the Lakers.
No,
They didn't
hell
have
no.
season ticket holders like that. But
You didn't have
nowadays,
marketability.
yeah, nowadays, especially with the
Mhm.
internet, it kind of put everything
Yeah.
on an equal playing field. Like
Yeah.
back in
Because
the 80s, well, hold on, you could have never had a SGA in Oklahoma City as big as
no.
someone in on the Lakers. But
Yeah.
nowadays, you look at some of these players, yeah, they're doing like Hollywood type stuff in small markets.
100%. Dog, I was watching. I'm a big wrestling fan. So I watch, like, after work. I watch clips. Tyrese Halliburton's getting red carpet moments in WWE.
Yeah, he plays
It's
in
like, man,
Indiana.
he plays in Indiana. Like, him and Jalen Brunson were like, both of them are like looking like they're about to wrestle each other. People are eating that shit up. You don't, like, in the 80s, bro. It wasn't imaginable. And one thing I think Magic Johnson ushered in is that new personality. Because back then, NBA was viewed as like a cocaine league where everyone was doing coke,
Hmm.
everyone was high, everyone was doing whatever. Magic brought that smile in, welcoming, good-looking guy. That shit don't matter no more. Like, is a huge generation. Is a huge generational shift.
Now, you know what it is? The newer generation is more introverted. Look at Anthony Davis. How do you go to LA and you're quiet?
Yeah,
There's no personality with AD. He didn't go to LA wearing the new shades, wearing a new outfit, putting on a different, like, you see how SGA went to Oklahoma City, started doing the
yeah.
outfits and everything. Yo, Anthony Davis went to LA and did no
And
personality thing.
even
Nothing.
these Converse shoes that he wears, they're very bright. Like, I like his Converse shoes a lot.
Yeah.
Like, when he's on the court, I'm like, damn, those Converse shoes look nice. Like, it would he looks so nice in those Converse shoes. I bought a pair of my own. I'm like, yo, because I'm like, yo, he looks cool as shit. So maybe I need to check out some Converse. So I went to the local mall and bought some. I'm like, yo, you're just like,
Mm-hmm.
it just that aura just gravitates towards you. Anthony Davis doesn't have any. Kawhi didn't really have any, despite like New Balance throwing a lot of money on him. I don't even consider LeBron a Lakers guy to begin with because he's created his brand since forever. And then along with that, you have Paul George is the only one, and he created it himself. I wouldn't even give that to the Lakers. I mean, to the Clippers or LA.
Yeah, correct, correct. He kind of took
Yeah,
control of it on his own. Yeah, and you could see it in the finals when he showed up. He was on. I didn't even think of the Clippers when I saw Paul George in the finals.
you thought about Paul George
Yeah, I thought about Paul George. I didn't even think about the Clippers, to be honest with you.
because he's such a big brand.
And that's
Yeah,
what's happening with the Lakers right now. I feel like this is the first time where, because LeBron is not larger than their logo, but LeBron, because we're in a personality driven era with social
yeah.
media, it's almost like he's taken over their franchise while not being a player that's synonymous with their franchise. He's not a Laker.
As of right now, LeBron's bigger than the Lakers.
Yeah, and it's like that should not happen. But
No,
but because we're in the personality driven era, it's slowly happening. And when you see Magic Johnson, you think of Lakers. You see Kobe, you think of Lakers.
even
LeBron
Shaq.
is like Cleveland.
Yeah,
No matter what, that's his that like what kind of Laker we've never seen a Laker go to a Cleveland Cavalier game in the playoffs and then get cheers. You know what I'm
oh,
saying? Like that
100%.
was
You got a hero's
strange.
welcome. You got a hero's welcome.
Yeah, he got it because that's who he is. And
Yeah,
and I feel like that's where Jeannie Buss has to be careful of how she's aligning her brand with this guy. This guy, technically, his brand, you don't really have, you're like an afterthought when it comes to
yeah,
his brand. His brand is mostly Cleveland.
yeah.
And it's
I think.
weird. It's weird. The
Mhm.
Lakers have always been attached to other Lakers. Kareem,
Yeah,
Magic, Kobe, even Shaq. People think about the dominance he had. Can you dig it? And all this. Like,
yeah. But
it's,
he before he came in, he was a brand. But Jerry Buss was able to integrate him pretty nicely within the Lakers brand.
yeah, and that's the thing. I think the father would have, honestly, had the father
He would
still
have
been
integrated
alive,
LeBron.
yeah, he would have integrated LeBron with the Lakers because LeBron is operating as his own entity while just wearing the jersey. It's strange. We've
Yeah.
never seen this before.
And Dr. Jerry Buss couldn't even afford Shaq. He said, "All right, you know what? We'll increase parking, Shaq, in order to pay for your contract." And
Yeah,
that's what he did. And because of that, 3 championships, he became Lakers. Like, obviously, he already got movie roles in Orlando, but he became such a big name that people, like, when they think about Shaq, they think about Shaq and Kobe. They think about LA three-peat, most dominant big men of all time. He was able to market Shaq as the most dominant big man of all time. Why? Because he played for LA.
exactly.
Yeah. And you
But
don't have that with LeBron. Why
yeah,
is LeBron one of the greatest shooting small forwards of all time? Nobody says, oh, because he played for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Lakers, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where eventually after he retires, Jeannie Buss is gonna be left dry. She's gonna be left dry. She doesn't realize
Yeah.
that yet. She's gonna be left dry. There's nothing for her to build on.
Yeah. And the whole idea of like having my former Lakers guy sell culture, like, bro, Kurt Rambis, he hasn't played basketball in forever. Most young guys don't know who Kurt Rambis was
Exactly.
or who Kurt Rambis is. Phil Jackson, sure, Phil Jackson caters to like guys like us who are dorks about basketball. But you tell like a 14-year-old kid, yo, Phil Jackson, you know who he is? They're like, yeah, he's the documentary guy from the Last Dance.
Yeah, but you know, at the end of the day, LeBron, he went to LA and there was no LA standards set. There was no winning championships. You know,
No, those days are long gone.
yeah, LeBron, his star is so big. He's really
But
like integrate. He's not bigger than Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Like LeBron doesn't really necessarily have people in LA like the most famous stars. He doesn't have them going down to go see LeBron. They could just go down to see the Lakers.
they can just go to a house party with them.
Yeah, and he's not really integrated with the LA thing, man. It's just like
No,
you
but
don't.
LeBron is also the last generation who thought about this. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah, because like I don't see like if I told Shea Gildas, yo, or Tyrese Halliburton, yo, Tyrese, I won't even say Shea, Tyrese Halliburton, We'll give you this. You come to LA, we'll make you like face of Staples Center. You know what you tell me? Like, yeah, get the fuck out of here. I have a louder fan base in Indiana. Guys who are willing to vote for me all star every single year. A competent front office, a good coach. Why would I go to a team that has three coaches for the past 5 years?
That's true. And also, like you said, it's the leverage. Because you said something about I'll make you a star. It's like,
Yeah,
but what happens when technology evolves and people are making
yeah,
themselves stars? Lakers
yeah.
have lost that power. That's a
And
power that they used to have. They don't have
and
that no more. I
and
just
the reason I'm
I just
using
realized that with
the
you saying
yeah,
that.
the reason I'm using Tyrese Halliburton as an example, right, is because like WWE, what they did recently, they got a deal where like Indiana football stadium, they're able to host WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Royal Rumble. That's like three of their biggest events. And who do they promote that? Who do they use to promote that? Coming to Indiana, they use Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah,
They say, "Yo, we're gonna host three big events in Indiana. Tyrese Halliburton, we want you to be a part of this. We want you to take a part of the show. We want you to be the show." And that's what they're doing. So I would Tyrese Halliburton, who's being a show of one of the biggest entertainment companies in Indiana, why would he come to LA?
that's facts.
Yeah, like it's just what it is. The Lakers, they're
They got to
they're
attach
like a
winning. That's
bankrupt
all it
company.
is. They got to
Yeah,
attach winning to it.
like the best example I could give is Sears. Sears was one of the biggest American companies of all time, most employment. But
Mhm.
what happened to it? It's dead now because Amazon came in and Walmart pivoted to online shopping. So now they're like they kind of became the old man at the club. No more people thought about, yo, I need to buy tools for the house. I'm going to Sears. They're thinking, yo, let me just order from Amazon real quick. Let me just go to my local Walmart at most or my Home Depot. They're
Yeah,
not thinking about like Sears anymore.
yeah.
That's why it's a dead
They failed
company.
to
And that's
adapt.
the same thing with the Lakers.
Yeah, they failed to
Same exact
adapt.
thing with the Lakers.
You're right. It's even like I remember when Jean Morant before the whole uh, gun incident or whatever. I remember when he would play against the Lakers. There was a game in which he was going crazy. He was like clearly the star, and I'm telling you, man, Jeannie Buss is not used to that. Some of these players coming in into Staples Center as the visiting locker room, they have more appeal than some of the
Jokic had
players
more
on the
appeal this playoff.
Lakers.
Jokic had more appeals.
Nah, not really. It's not the same like SGA appeal, or like
Yeah,
certain players that have that more marketability. It's just like
but
the Lakers were the franchise we're used to go to get that,
yeah,
but now social media has democratized that a bit, and the Lakers
yeah.
lost one of their superpowers.
I mean, Doug, you remember like any blockbuster movie came out and they always put like a Laker at the face of it in the playoffs. This year, Despicable Me, whichever miniseries they have, that movie is gonna make $1 billion. They attached a Denver Nuggets player on it, Nikola Jokic.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's unheard of. Like people used to know the Lakers or the Chicago Bulls logo everywhere you go. I feel
yeah,
like
yeah,
these are interesting times, man. Like I said, the
yeah,
Jeannie Buss, she has an advantage, but every year that
yeah.
goes by, she's losing it. She
And
better adapt and attach winning to it.
I mean, in our younger age, remember Modern Warfare is coming on Xbox promoting and who they put in the face of it? Kobe Bryant playing like Kobe Bryant shooting a gun. Like it's just like, all right, you know what? This game is coming out. We're gonna spend a lot of money. Let's put a Laker on it.
Yeah, and nowadays
Yeah,
it might even go beyond that. They might not even choose a Laker. They may choose a TikTok star. It's more
yeah,
recognizable for that demographic.
yeah. Like, dude, Nikola Jokic's whole personality is, I'm just doing my job. And what
Yeah,
did that lead to? Yeah, let's put him in the biggest movie that's coming out this year. Let's make him the face of it. Well, I'm saying like one of the biggest Hollywood movies that's coming out. They said, "Yo, Nikola Jokic, I don't care about this attitude. Let's make that as like our face of our big franchise movie that's gonna make $1 billion." Like they didn't pick Anthony Davis to do that.
nah.
Nah. Even Kyle Kuzma, he made a brand because he was a TikTok star in LA.
That's funny. That's
I
funny.
mean, it
Yeah.
is true because he
Yeah,
wore
it's
the
true,
loud
and
outfit.
he did it. And
Yeah,
he did it on his own. He didn't necessarily do it because he was a Laker. He actually
no,
kind
he
of did
did it
that
because
because of his name.
he's into that kind of like he's kind of into the loud clothes and the random supermodels. I
Hmm.
find it corny, but clearly it resonated with the younger generation, which made him into a bigger star than he should have been.
Yep. And you can make an
Like,
argument his the way he does his social media thing. He didn't see any downfall to it when he went to Washington, which is
no,
unheard
dude,
of for the Laker franchise, like for like back in the '80s when Magic Johnson played. You could have never left the Lakers and still be considered like a fashionista, a socialite. That's what
Influencer? Hell no.
Kyle Kuzma is. He's like a socialite. He
Dog,
left the
the Wizards.
Lakers and he's still on the same level as far as being a socialite. It didn't
The
change for him.
highlight, the highlight of the Lakers, the highlight of the Wizards season was Kyle Kuzma wearing a pink suit to the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dog, that's what we talk about with the Wizards. So he didn't really. It doesn't matter if he wins or loses. It just matters that people want to see him like dress a certain way, or kind of dress loud or whatever. Like that's just what it is.
But what
And I
happens
think that
with Jeannie Buss is can she adapt to this new landscape?
dude, you have to cater to a blue collared audience then.
No, I don't think it's that. I think there's too much assumptions, there's too much nepotism, there's too much legacy, like, oh, I know
Yeah,
you, so I'll give you the job, and there's
dude,
no
look at the.
they're not
Mhm.
looking out. They're almost
Yeah, they're
like
not.
you ever see those medieval shows where the king and queen or the prince and princess, they're brother and sister, and they keep incesting. Then those children
Yeah,
incest. That's the Lakers right now.
is it?
That's what
Yeah,
they are. They they
dude, like
they,
Kurt.
they just keep
Yeah,
going to each other, and that's it.
like Kurt Rambis, Phil Jackson. And those guys are 80s. You can't tell me a young player is gonna be like, yeah, those 80-year-old guys represent what I believe in.
Yeah, it's just
Or like Rob Pelinka, oh, he was a manager for Kobe. Cool. Now what? You know what I mean? Now what?
yeah.
Because like the same, yeah. Because New York took the same approach, but you don't really see like people being sold on what's the dude's name again? Leon Rose like that. They just know Leon Rose is a good basketball mind, but they're not like Leon Rose is the why I'm going to New York. No, they see like Julius Randle thriving. They see Jalen
Yeah,
Brunson
they,
thriving.
they
They see
see a
Dante
culture.
having fun.
They see a
Yeah,
culture, and that was a mistake. That's a good point you brought up. That was the mistake James Dolan did with LeBron when he tried to recruit with LeBron to New York. He talked about a bunch of quote unquote kind of older Hollywood celebs like the HBO guys from The Sopranos. These guys,
Sopranos.
these guys are all older than LeBron. Like they kind of pitched it where LeBron is gonna be hanging out with Larry David, and it's like
James Gandolfini.
yeah, it's like LeBron's 25, man, 26. Like he's not hanging out with these. He didn't come all the way out here to hang out with these stars from the 90s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
like,
It didn't
sure,
make
he
any
grown up
sense.
watching these guys. Yeah, sure, he grown
Yes.
up watching these guys. I'm sure he's a fan.
The
But
the
it's like,
Lakers
dog.
the
Yeah,
Lakers in a way
but
they're kind of like, oh, we'll link you up with Jack Nicholson. Like, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
it's like that.
that works if they want to be actors. But these guys need to win. Like they're
Yeah.
professional athletes. They're not actors.
Yeah,
So
and
like, if
that's
I'm an
another thing.
upcoming actor, it sounds cool. But
Yeah,
like, if I'm
that's
just a basketball player, like, you sure I'll meet James Gandolfini. He'll come to my games and like we could party a little. But what about like on the court?
yeah, that's another thing. You
Yeah,
can't be in LA and you losing.
yeah,
You can't be in LA. LeBron is learning that the hard way when he's seen that little mural that he had. It got defaced when they were losing.
yeah. And
LA is
um,
just like New York. When it comes to basketball, if that shit ain't going right, it's just
yeah.
like the East Coast, Boston, Philly, New York. They'll turn up on you.
And most importantly, I think they're naive to the fact that the people who are spending money aren't the Kim Kardashians, aren't the like Jack and Nicole. Like, sure, they're fans, but they're not spending money as like your average, like, let's say, school teacher, or your average like whatever, like middle class employee, your office job, whatever. They're
Hmm.
spending money. They're buying the rings, like the championship rings. You know what I mean? Like those replica rings. They're buying the jerseys. They're writing about basketball. They read everything about the Lakers. It's not going to be Kim Kardashian. It's not going to be Kanye West, but it's going to be those guys that are like, yo, at home, living in Anaheim or whatever, living in Anaheim, Inglewood. Those guys are going to be reading up on the Lakers and being like, yo, this is my team. This is this, that, and the third. It's not going to be any of the stars. It's going to be your average guy.
Yep.
It's going to be your high school student. It's going to be your college student. Those guys don't got that kind of money, and those guys care about the winning. They like that's their pastime. It's not a luxury for them. It's their pastime. Like, all right, yeah, off of work, I can kick back and watch the Lakers. That's all they care about. They don't care about seeing Kim Kardashian shown on a jumbotron and TV's promoting their next movie. They don't care. For them, it's like we can't relate to that. But I
Facts.
think the ways. the way society and the way we view like celebrities is changed big time. Now everything's accessible. Now people swipe to TikTok to find like the big new song,
Yeah, it's true.
and it feels like only the Lakers have failed to pivot that. Everyone else is pivoting. Like the San Antonio Spurs has been promoting Victor Wembanyama like crazy, and it's been working out well because like you can't go. Like I promise you, go to the middle of the street in New York, you'll see someone wearing a Victor Wembanyama Spurs jersey before you see someone wearing like an Anthony Davis Lakers jersey.
Oh yeah, that's 100%. All right, you guys don't forget to check out Sai's newsletter below. Keep up with all the off-season talks. I
All right,
appreciate
take
you.
care, man. Yeah, 100%, bro.
All right.